All right. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are on for our zoning citation hearings for April 6th, 2022. We started with 4 items on the agenda. The first item, 4 France Street, will not be heard. And so we're going to move right on to 33 Ray Lane. And do I have these up already? Look at that, I'm already prepared. There we go. Whenever you're ready, Counselor, 1 minute.
I'm ready, bring it on.
We'll bring it on. All right, so last time we were here on this one was January 26th. And at that time, we continued the matter to March 30th. But March 30th, the hearing had to be postponed, so we are here today. The owner was here last time and got oral notice. And we scroll on down. Now, there was a date change. However, the property owner did email me on March 28th asking about said hearing. So when I returned to the office, I sent him a email. Sorry, folks, for this being blurry. I don't know why it starts blurry and not blurry. Saying that we were on for this Wednesday at 3 p.m. to let me know his availability. And he emailed back on the 5th, nice sequential order here, saying that he could not make it today. And so because of that, I reached out to him and I stated another email, same day, the 5th, that if you could shoot me an email with progress and where we're at, that would be very helpful for today's hearing. And today he did just that and gave us a status update. Here we go. And one of the hearing officer is reading that. The longest short for those of us at home is that he looked like he made an attempt to try and relocate the trailer on the property. This, he says, is going to be an undertaking. So he is trying to, I would say, progress forward with getting his son and girlfriend there out of the camper into some housing so that he can remove the camper, and it looks like hopefully by it will be moved by the end of the month. Now I did go by today, so I'll bring this up as well. I did go by today and I have a photo. I do apologize, it's not the greatest, but I think it's enough to show that the camper is still in the driveway. I mean, and hard to miss. Now, one thing I will say is an aside to this, the violation, if you is actually for placement of a recreational vehicle and also utilizing it for habitation. Now, our regs do clearly say that they you cannot use recreational vehicles for habitation, whether it be a boat, whether it be an RV or a camper. So just want to put on the record that even if he does move it by the end of the month, the fact that it's habitated would still be an issue. So I have no problem with kicking this to our first meeting in May to see if he's up to if he's good to his word. But that is up to the hearing officer.
Well, that solves all the notice issues by doing that.
That it does.
Okay. Violation continues. Continued to, what's the date?
Our next hearing that we have, our hearing into May is the 18th.
18th hearing Just make sure I've got May 18th.
Of course.
That's our next hearing?
Yeah.
Wow,
Did you have another one in there?
no,
Yeah, no, we, at the last set of hearings, we kicked one out to that date, and I mean, in theory, we could do, look, I mean, we don't have anything on the 4th or the 11th. If you want to kick it to the 4th, we can do that, or just keep it on the.
if he's the only one I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's fine, okay.
Yeah, from this hearing, that probably is gonna be the case.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna put a fine in. Let's see. Assessed,
Should be, did I give you that?
I'm gonna give $1,000 fine. I mean, it's gone on a long time,
And then we, what was the first date there? We said,
December 29th.
and we, the citation, so the first hearing was the 26th of January. It's not that long.
So I'll make it 500.
Okay.
If you feel sorry for the guy, I'll make him $500 fine.
There is the off chance he moves it by man. There is an off chance that this
I
thing
know,
is
so
done.
that people,
Yeah,
that's why
that's
I
a
was
problem.
thinking of $1,000, that's two violations, but
Well, we'll see, we'll see if he's gonna do his work to at least move it by then, and then we'll, and also, well, and I will put one more little nugget on the record, is that you know, even though our regs do say that it cannot be habitated, it's a very interesting question as to how do we go about vacating somebody from something that's not supposed to be habitated per our regulations. Zoning doesn't really have the power to evict. So that's gonna be interesting if it gets to that point.
$9,600 fine is possible.
Mhm.
Let me get rid of 500, wow, my softie.
Or I am, whichever one.
Okay, so here's my decision.
I'll put that and that.
That means-
I'll take that there. That one, that's the last time there. May, April 6th, that's in order. All right, so that one wasn't too bad. Mosey on down to Chestnut Hill. That one. We'll do that one. Why not? Let's keep going right in order here. So here, this one's a brand new one.
Okay.
So not much to the hearing memo there.
Violating things?
Shockingly,
I thought
yes.
that stopped.
Oh, man, people still.
Oh, contractors, yeah, okay, there we go.
It-
Let's see
it-
what this is
It's
about.
not mind blowing of one here, but it is one nonetheless. There you go. Now I gotta reset the share screen. There we go. Share screen. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. So here we go, 291 Chestnut Hill, and I'll just go right in order here, brand new one. Here are the initial complaints. Now, there's a little backstory to these, a very slight backstory. So these were submitted originally in October of 2021. Initially, the request went to us and the fire marshal. And the fire marshal conducted an investigation because there was concern of chemicals being stored on the residential property. So allowing the fire marshal to do his thing is he has a lot more, shall we say, teeth to get rid of things like this than we do. So I let him do his investigation. I let him kind of do what he was going to do. He got rid of, as far as I understand, the chemical drums that are shown, as far as I know. I haven't heard from him in a little bit regarding it. These drums back here. So those aren't considered contractor's material if they're empty.
Can we just stop for a
Sure.
second till we got notice and everything? We handle the paperwork.
Oh, I'm just showing the complaint, then I go into the,
Okay.
just to show what it was, because it was from the fire marshal, that's how we,
Okay, so
this
this,
wasn't a,
who's Lori Diaz?
oh, she's the customer service gal. So every inquiry that comes into the city, she divides it off to the proper.
Okay, so she knows who initiated it.
Yeah, right, and it's right here. That's the person initially.
Oh, okay.
And then on top of that, the fire, this, I don't know if the individual went directly to the fire marshal or this
Okay.
went to the fire marshal.
Understood.
And that's how it's trickled. So we'll do some notice.
So that's what's going on.
Yep.
It's just, this has been here a while, we just didn't know about it.
Yeah, it looks like it's been there a bit. It's just the fire, I let the fire marshal try and do his thing to get the barrels out of there. Because that's. Didn't know what was in them. And honestly, it doesn't matter to me, but if there's something hazardous, he can take care of them a lot quicker than I can.
Okay.
So on to the boring stuff here. Here is the owner of record, which is Drayton Hoti. Interesting name. I know a lot about interesting names.
That's. So this is a tenant?
Yes, that's doing this.
That's this one,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. So here's the notice of violation to, I'm probably gonna Drytan. I'm gonna probably mispronounce his name at some point in this presentation, but and so that's notice sent on 12/10. Again, the gap because allowing for fire marshal to do his
Mhm.
process. That is the green card returned and signed.
Okay. That's somebody to sign.
Signed. Well, it gets interesting after this, so we'll.
Okay.
Oh, I mixed up the order. Well, here, I'll show you to anyone. There you go. No, I'm gonna do the pictures last. So this is one we took in March, so you can see. Truck's still there. The truck is still there, pile of stuff in the back. So sorry, I skipped around there, but that's
That's
it.
all right.
Get an idea, it's still there March 3rd. And so here's the citation. Sent on March 22nd. Now, if you see there, the regular mail version of the citation was returned unclaimed. So, and Constable Bondi hasn't been able to get to the owner yet either. However, and this is why we go over notice. I have this. This is from,
You got this?
that's for the notice, not for the citation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, gotcha.
So the green card has not come back yet, but however, good thanks to USPS tracking,
With individual.
at the Darien, Connecticut address. So the reason I did that was because I have, oh, did it fall out? You know what, it might have fallen out on my desk. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, so I can make this little presentation. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. So I'll put this in front of the camera so people at home can see. There we go. And I can bring this over to the hearing officer. So here's the issue. Here's why I had to print that out from the USPS. This is the green card for the citation. Nothing there, and my number was taken off.
Oh, geez.
So that's why I always put a copy of those things, and I put a copy of the notice in my file. Oh, somebody's popular. We put outside. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, switch.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So that's why I pulled this from the USPS website. It's just extremely odd that they returned something not only without a signature, they've done that before, but my number is not on there either. So somebody is screwing around with this particular one. So that's why, and this was according to their.
They have to go back to the carrier. This carrier gave you this.
Right, exactly. If you look on the other side, there is a stamp on it, yeah. Right there. So it came, that's how it came back.
So who would have taken this off?
That is an extremely good question. That's why I don't know if you've ever seen that before. I've never seen that. I asked Steve and Tammy here, nobody ever has ever seen the number removed, yet it returned back. And it's got the stamp on the back, it's got the postage, Westchester. And on the bottom, they scanned it on the bottom on the other side as well. Right there, it's just faded, but they have their stamp on there as well. So this came through, they came through the facility. And this does say it came through the facility as well.
Well, this is you. Oh, this is.
And it's, and if the first note on the bottom of the page is this here. On March 29th.
Individual could have been anybody.
It could have been. I mean, I don't know, it could have been his wife, could have been his kid, could have been somebody mowing the lawn. That's very true.
Sent Bondi out, but we don't.
He hasn't gotten him yet.
This is really strange.
The one thing I will say, if nothing, I mean, there is the hearing today, but I have not gotten any response from the property owner, even with the notice that was sent. And he did get that.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's find notice. I got enough to indicate notice here.
Okay.
But I'm open to an argument if they come back and say, gee, I don't know.
Okay, that works. We can,
And I'll put a fine in, a contingent fine, to get their attention, and we'll see what happens, because this is,
it is,
for one thing, it's on a long time, and it's not, it's a contract issue.
right. I do have one more set of pictures just to put a cherry on it.
Just
That-
to this minutes.
Well, this is from today, and this is also in the file, so the public, whoever sees this should know.
Okay.
It's actually a really nice box truck. That's a nice Mercedes one.
Yeah,
See, their stuff is still back there. They even have a Sprinter van, which that's allowed, but just a little sprinkling that they probably are running something out of this property.
yeah, let them defend it, okay. So what's the possible fine is how much?
Probably not too much. Probably isn't too much. I would probably say somewhere around 1,200, 1,100.
Well, we can look it up, we should have.
It's there. There it is.
1,200.
Hey, look at that. My math's pretty good. Still got it. Now,
Okay, let's,
here's the decision form.
okay. So. I guess I got that. Violation found. We're continuing to when?
Might as well, let's pile on the 18th. Why not?
To
May 18th.
5/18/22. What are we expecting? I put a contingent fine in based on what? Since we have.
Well, they would have to, by then, yeah, ideally, they get everything out of there and cease the business, but I mean, I guess we could be quasi satisfied if they got all the big box truck and the equipment out of there.
$1,000 fine. Contingent. On progress. That gives me a little
Yeah.
opening I need.
Makes sense.
Just need notice.
'Cause in this zone, you can have your business, like you can have a mailbox there. You have a mailbox in a small office, so you don't have to totally cease the business there. but they have to get the
Well,
vehicle.
I'll get in touch with you and tell them what's wrong and what they can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this, on that last one, did I write down the notice?
Good question. I think you did. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Make the pictures here. Fire marshal. Yep. Here as well. Good. Yep. Citation, notice. All right. So that was an interesting one. I've never
Yeah.
come across that. But yeah, that's why I save my tracking numbers for, you never know, in case somebody tries
Let me
to.
write down again, because I'll forget that. So, violation found. I've noticed. Just wrote that in, so remind me next time. If they-
Very faded, but their numbers are on here. So that means that
It's just weird.
that means somebody that, unless it fell off between the postman getting it,
Oh,
and
just a
him
little
putting it
sticker.
in, it could have been that, yeah. But I don't know. I've never had them fall off the whole thing. I've had
There's no
little,
signature, there's no nothing, there's
No.
no even postman writing code here or anything.
but that's why on here, he made, it was documented. So when he scanned it in on his little, his little pad, it was delivered. He put it in as delivered.
Mhm.
So that means the green card, he had it and he tore off the green card as such that it was delivered, which is
Give it to an individual.
gave it to somebody. So that's,
Well, let's see what happens.
I mean, it could be simply they blame, everybody blames one on the postman. It happens.
See what happens.
I'm not gonna, I got two
At least we get
friends that
their
are,
attention.
I got two friends that are postmen and I tell them every now and again of the BS I find here. And
Uh-huh.
their typical postman response is, oh, well. Jesus.
What do you expect for what you pay?
I know, it's what do you expect from my tax dollars, right? And I think they're good guys and everything, but they're typically, they have postman attitude. And one more, and this one is, should be 5 minutes, not even. This is a very good thing, and this is more for, I want to get it official to tell the owner that it's good news and we don't have to worry too much here. Last but not least, this is 43 Creeping Hemlock Drive. Last decision form and current. So basically, this will be really quick, and so I just skipped to the end pretty much. This is what I'll do. And you need to get a permit by. We need to get a permit. That's what we need to do, and there it is. I have it right here. So my request is that because we have no fine on this, we have nothing, is because he has the permit, I can just monitor it here in our office. If I feel the need that it needs to come back for potential fine or something like that, we can do it. Other than that, if he gets done, it gets done. I'll resolve it. The only reason we bring stuff back here is if there's a contingent fine or a fine or something like that.
Okay, right.
So we didn't issue anything, we didn't do anything on it. It was just, we heard it that one time and
Oh, I see.
he got the hint and did what he had. I mean, it doesn't work out this way, but.
Right. So we're not even gonna make a decision
No,
for it.
we don't have to. The only reason I printed anything out was just that if wanted to say remitted to the zoning officer or something like that. That's all.
Okay, so
Yeah, just I'll mail it to him, say he doesn't have to worry about this. As long as he keeps going, he doesn't have to.
the violation continues.
It does continue, but and he has building permits now as well, so he's on it. It was just one of those, remember, I don't remember, it was he had a hard time getting the tenant out of there. That's all it
Yeah, I
was.
recognize the address.
Yeah, he just had a little difficult time. And once the tenant was out, he was in here like that to get things done.
Progress. Significant. Still on your way. Send reminder to.
You say DCI or zoning staff or however you wanna, say, zoning department or zoning.
Reminder to zoning department. Department.
Yeah, if something weird happens, like, I don't know. Yes, that he goes on vacation, and never comes back or something like that.
That's good.
We'll address it then. And I was gonna send him a new notice and all that. That's yours. This is mine.
All right, good.
Yeah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are all done. Our next scheduled hearing is for April 20th. And if, as a little preview, that's one everybody should want to get their popcorn ready. We're gonna have a few firecrackers, I think, on that one. So until then, everybody have a good evening.
Sorry, yep, I have,